Hi, welcome to Comfort Zone. My name is Comfort. I'm excited that you're here. I'm going to show you one of my favorite overripe plantain recipe. Love this recipe. I have tweaked it over time, and I think I've come to a point where I like it the way I'm about to show you. This is what we're going to use. If you ever have a plantain looking like this, or you go to the supermarket and you see it looking like this, don't neglect it. Pick it up. After you see this recipe, you will want to try it out. Alright, so I have 3. It's been in my house for a while. Let me talk a little bit about my spice. I will have the salt, the cayenne pepper, and this is an amazing ingredient that you would like to have. It's smoked herring, which is a fish, and shrimp. And this is how it looks like when I buy it from my local African store. This is the herring, the fish itself, and this is the smoked shrimp. And I also have Maggi cube, and I also use oatmeal, old-fashioned oatmeal, not the instant one, just the old-fashioned oatmeal. That's what I use. And then you have your onions, your bell pepper, and ginger with I forgot the name of this, garlic. So these are basically it. But the most important thing that I use in my overripe plantain recipe is nuts. I love nuts. You can take this out of the ingredients if you want to, but for me, the way I like eating this, I have to have my nuts. And there's very different types of nuts I will use. I use hazelnuts, I use pecan, I use walnut, I use this one is Brazil nuts, and I also use cashews, right? So since I have my amazing air fryer, I'm going to first roast my nuts in the air fryer. While that is being roasted, I'm now going to prep my other ingredients. So let's get started. Okay, so now we are going to roast our nuts into the air fryer. So I'm going to measure, I'm going to use 1/8. You can use whatever measurement you want to use it depends how much nutty you want your ripe plantain recipe to have. So I'm using 1/8 cup. So there we go. These are all the nuts right there. I'm going to put them in the air fryer. Again, so we have the nuts already roasting in the air fryer, and it's time to get these ingredients into my NutriBullets. Okay, I'm going to use half of all this because of the plantain we're using. We're only using 3. Here is my peppers. Hot pepper. Okay, I will use about 2 because again I'm only using 3 plantain here. So let's put this pepper down here. That out. We're good with that. Pepper's going in the water. So now that we have everything in this water, it's time for us to something. We'll add water to it. I don't add water. I have chicken stock that I make and I put in the fridge. So I'm going to bring my chicken stock to put it in here to help with the blending. I got this from the African store and it helps with blending things, okay? So let's now get, before that, I took the nuts out, let it cool a little bit, and we'll put that in later, okay? So here we go. The skin of a overripe plantain is a little tough to open, personally. Maybe people have a different way of opening this, but I struggle with it sometimes. Alright, so here we go. This one is really ripe. You can literally squeeze it out of this skin. But let's try and open it. The skin is like rubbery, kind of, you know? My knife is not even trying to cut this out. But see. This is really overripe plantain. Again, don't fear it. Don't. It will work well. The longer it stays, even the better for me. Alright, so before I use this, I'm just breaking it up with a fork, okay? Just for now. And then I'll use the other stuff, okay? Because when I try using this right away, it doesn't work for me. It can work for some people, but it doesn't work for me right away. So now I'm going to use this, right? I like mine smooth, so it might take me a little longer trying to get it nice and tasty, because that's the texture I'm going for with the plantain, right? If you want to look for this, a lot of African stores sell them. So, I mean, there was a lot of it in my African store here in New Jersey. So, look for it. It's easy. It's really nice to use. It works. It works really well with this. But you can always use a fork or food processor or anything to still get the same texture. It doesn't change the taste, personally. All right. So now I have the consistency I'm looking for with my plantain. Not all the way too smooth, but smooth enough, okay? So that's done. And now I'm gonna take this smoked shrimp and herring powder, and I'm going to take about like 1 teaspoon. Now you've already added pepper, but I like pepper on my ripe plantain. So I'm going to use another teaspoon of hot cayenne pepper. And because I use the Maggi cubes, it has salt in it, but I will take about 1/4 teaspoon of salt and add that in there as well. Now it's time to put in the nuts, all right? So I'm going to use my spoon to push this ingredient on the side. On the side, okay? And then I'm going to get my nuts. And kind of like eyeballing how you want it to look. And I just crush it, okay? Just crush it. That's what you want to do. Crush. And then I move it to the side as well. And do the remaining ones. And just pour this in there. Here we go. And crush. Alright, so here's where I incorporate the nuts into. Again, I love a lot of nuts, so it may be too much for some. Again, it works for me. You can get even less nuts in there, alright? So once we have all this in there, and it's time to add my oatmeal, and I usually add about 2 tablespoons of oatmeal in here. 2 tablespoons of oatmeal, because it helps bind everything for me. Some people use cornmeal for binding. I just feel like this is thick enough for me not to add all of that. Okay. But sometimes I will if I end up putting too much liquid in. All right. So now let's add my onions and all the stuff that I blended. There we go. Alright, I'm about to put about 1. You might not end up using all of those stuff that you blended too. So far I'm using 4 tablespoons. Let's see if 4 tablespoons works. If I need to add more. All right, so 4 tablespoons of that. Don't think this is a waste. Don't think this is a waste, because you can always use it. Put it in the fridge, and you can always use it, or you can freeze it in a container and always use it. Okay, so you don't have to go through this whole process of blending. It's already there for you. All right. Now I add about 1 teaspoon of palm oil, because I'm going to use the air fryer. I usually use the palm oil to fry this, but because I'm using the air fryer, matter of fact, I'm going to use 2 teaspoons, because I like the taste of palm oil. I like to taste that. So, and with the air fryer, you can't be using all that oil stuff. As I said earlier, you see how this is causing my thing to be a little bit soft? So guess what? We are going to add a little bit of the oatmeal to see if that holds it. So we're going to put another tablespoon of oatmeal, 2 more tablespoons of oatmeal. So let's see if that holds the mixture. That's my baby in the background. I might have to pause a bit and come back before we use the air fryer for this. I'm going to use this pan that came with the air fryer, and I'm going to put this in it and see how it works out, okay? This is my first time using the air fryer for this ingredients. I usually will fry it over the stove with the frying pan. So just to be safe, I'm going to just spray this up, okay? And so it doesn't stick. So let's try this. Some people like it nice and cute, small. This is not that cute, right? It's a taste for me. It is not how it looks. And so we can put 2 in here, all right? 2 can basically fit in here. So let's just pound that up. Oh my God, look at that oatmeal. Look at that nuts is in there. Oh, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna put this into the air fryer, and I think I'll do like for 10 minutes instead, but in 5 minutes I'll check on it first to see if I can flip it over. So here we go, trying it out. No. Manual. Okay, so we're gonna put it for 350, and I'm gonna use it for 10 minutes. Oh, so we wait 10 minutes. All right. The only downfall with this air fryer is it's small, so you can't do all of this. I mean, it doesn't really matter, because even in the frying pan, you can do all this at once. So you kind of like in batches. So I guess you waited the same way, right? So I'll come back to you when I check on it. This is how it looks like 4 minutes in. I think we can go another 2 minutes before we flip it over. But so far it's looking good. Love the way it's looking so far. Alright, so it's nice and firm enough for us to flip over. And this is on about 5 minutes. So we flip it over. Again, beautiful. It doesn't stick to the pan. And let's do another 5 minutes. Alright, so it's about 9 minutes in the air fryer, and I'm gonna take it out because I was smelling something and I really don't want it to be a burnt thin situation. So let's see. So this is what we have for now, and the most important thing is, see, almost got burnt on but it looks good. The real tester is it done in the middle? And that's where we have to find out. So I'm going to taste this first before I continue with that, because if this doesn't taste right or the inside is not cooked well, it will determine how I'm going to do the next batch, okay? So let's find out first, is it cooked in the middle? Okay, so it looks cooked in the middle, see? It looks cooked. Oh my God, I can see the oatmeal. I can see my nuts in there. So it looks pretty good. Now let me taste it and see if it's good. Hold on. Yeah, definitely like the way it tastes. Again, you don't have to put as much nuts in there. It's up to you. You don't have to put oatmeal in there. It's up to you. I love texture. That's why I have all of this in here. So I hope you try it out, and I'm going to try and finish this rest of this batch with the air fryer. And love this recipe with ripe plantain, overripe plantain. It's not the traditional tatale that is made in Ghana, West Africa. This has a little twist to it, a little nuts with it, oatmeal with it. But you can try it out, and let me know in the comments how it turned out. You don't have to use a lot of the nuts like I did, and you don't have to use oatmeal. You can use cornmeal and stuff like that. But I love hearing the crunch. Just love the way the nuts with the ripe plantain feels in the mouth. So we've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 made already. So it's time now to take out. I only have 3 left to go. Okay. So what I did was I sectioned it into 3 to let me know how much was left. And here we go. Oh my gosh. I love the way this air fryer is turning this out. No oil, nothing. Let me just show you something, right? This is like amazing. Look, I have done all of this and not one single oil. Nothing. There's no oil in this, right? And I could be frying this thing with oil on the frying pan right now, and I can literally say air fryer is the way to go. Listen, it might not be affordable, you may not be able to get your hands on it, but if you do, or somebody can gift it to you, like somebody gifted this to me, trust, it's worth it. So let's do the last 3, and then we can come back for my final review. So here we go. Last 3. It kind of like look like oatmeal cookie, sort of, kind of, but it's with overripe plantain. So I kind of like mush it up a little bit to make it a little, have it look flat. I should have added more ginger though when I tasted the other one, but hey, the nuts, the oatmeal, the spice, you can't beat it. So here we go. So we are now done, okay? So taking out the last batch, and we are done with this overripe plantain recipe, all right? Let me take it out. Oh my God, this thing right here is amazing. This right here, I love this. It's able to take stuff out. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness, look at that. Ooh, the pan is hot, but yeah. My goodness. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Put that back in there. We'll take care of that later. Yes! I am excited. I don't know, like, what's more exciting? That it turned out to look amazing, or the fact that it tastes really good, right? So again, I use a lot of nuts for this. I use oatmeal. I love the color. Oh my God. Look at this color. It is beautiful. I mean, you can see the oatmeal. You can see the nuts in there. And I'm about to open this up right now. Like, look. It is so rich. I mean, this with malt, this with milk. Yeah, I definitely, I can't complain. The inside is done well. Let me just open another one just to show you. You see, even though it's this thick, watch. It's just so done all the way through. The air fryer really did well with this. And let me taste it. I can taste the walnut, the hazelnut, the Brazilian nut. I can taste all the nuts in there. And love, love, love. I really love it. And it is spicy, so you can go easy on the pepper if you don't like it spicy, but I do. And this is great for my kids too. I can leave this on this table, give it less than two hours if I let them, and half of it will be gone. So thanks for watching. This is Comfort Zone. My name is Comfort, and I hope you enjoyed this. Try it out in the comments below and tell me what you did to make it your way. All right? Because I made it my way. So